able to see, right? Yeah. So while
Mm-hmm.
creating the storage account, I'm getting
Mm-hmm.
this deny assignment authorization failed error.
Oh, while creating. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. Can you please start a new session? Close this and try to create a new storage account. I'll see it. Or else you can go
Okay.
to basics onwards. I mean, same window itself. Okay. Yeah. Create a new one. It's better.
I'm just
Okay.
giving the
Click try.
storage.
Okay. Okay. UK South. Okay.
Yesterday I used
So please go
India's
for
one.
resource group. Resource group. Create a new one. Resource group. Go to basics. Resource
Basic.
group. Create a new one. Yeah. Yeah. The resource group. Yeah. Create a new one. I'm
Okay.
not sure which resource group you are creating and any security violations applied on top of it. You'll not be able to create. So create new one.
We
You haven't
cannot
created that.
use the existing resource group always.
We can
Always it
always
have to be.
we have to always
Okay.
create it.
Okay.
Have to
I
always
think
use existing one. It's a
I think I
bundling. You are bundling list of resources. Yeah. Please tell me.
yeah, I think I got the issue. I created this Databricks, this resource group under Databricks. I think it will
No,
work
no.
now.
Actually, let me tell
Mhm.
you, resource group concept. Someone asked out, right? So we cannot use the existing one. Yes, we have to use. The purpose of resource group is a list of resources. We are see suppose 100 resources you purchased as part you are working for SBI. You are platform engineer, right? So how the resource groups will be created is for all the dev environments one resource group probably and production stage. So accordingly, one each resource groups maybe for one subject area, credit card alone, one team alone, one project alone, one application alone. We create one resource group like that. We segregate as per our convenience with the customer and platform engineer discussions. They decide, but at least one resource group will be associated to multiple resources from the Azure portal. Clear?
But in this case, actually, we are not defining anything, right? Whether it is a development or production, but why it was throwing an error, then it must not throw an error, right? Why? Because
No, I think
he tried to create over one cluster resource group,
Actually,
yeah,
no,
under
no.
storage.
Uh, I think if you create multiple resources, I don't think it will throw an error definitely. But I'm
Hmm.
suspecting some issue is because of some you would have some made some security changes into the resource group by somehow. So that's what the error message has showed me. So if we go and create another service now, maybe other workspace or any other Azure data factory is going to keep under the same resource group and it will work. So, but I'm suspecting something would have been corrupted inside the resource group. I'm just suspecting without
Okay.
seeing that. Just for the time's sake, I just told you create a resource group, assign it to a new resource group, problem will be solved. Looking at the error message, what that's what I suspected it.
yeah, I
Okay.
think it took some other like the dummy one, I
Uh,
guess, the resource one,
yeah, yeah,
and
sure,
it
sure.
took that. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Just
Thanks.
for your confirmation, yeah, for your confirmation, across your platform, every time create a one resource group and not one resource group, dedicated resource groups. Keep all your resources in an organized manner in the real time. So the same with tags also. Every service when you are purchasing from Azure portal, there is at last you will see something called tags, right? So the tag, what you mean by the same concept only. You are tagging all your resources for billing purpose and then finding and exploring your resources what you have purchased for exploration purpose. You'll keep list of services under one tag. It's all about there are these options how you can segregate the resources, manage your resources for billing purpose, etc. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. See, I just created my cluster just now. What I did is nothing. What I did is you
But
can see.
your screen is not sharing.
I'm sorry. Yeah, still, I think Ashok, sorry, who has Vishal screen was being shown so far. Let me share mine. Yeah, thanks for reminding. See, what I did is once I logged into here, There are two types of clusters, which is for single purpose. We can go for create personal compute. This, if you create it for, it will be accessible to multiple people. Like this one, it is completely, restricting access to others. But this one is for universal. Whoever has logged into this workspace can be able to view. It has multiple types, multiple options, but I'm not choosing for the, billing purpose as well as, temporary convenience. I'm always choosing this. While discussing with the cluster concept, we are going to see extensively about all this with the, there are two types of clusters: job purpose and all purpose, and single mode, multiple mode. What is runtime version? Based on this, multiple benefits will be there. So that's why I'm saying it is better to go with the personal compute. This is also a cluster. You
Um,
can quickly create, and it
where
will be
that we
useful to
could
you.
not see that option.
You don't see?
Yeah, I could not see that one.
Okay, okay. It's a free trial. Maybe it is not being shown. Earlier it was being shown for this purpose also. It's okay. You can create from this itself, but always try to choose less than 14.1 something. Here it will show two types of clusters, ML and standard. Always go for standard version. ML is nothing but high billing will be there, and it is for only machine learning AIML. So it is always to avoid this. Go for standard and choose 14.1. 14.1 is best suggested, I mean to say. So rest all 15, 16 and all people are not at, in even my team, we are still using 15, 15.1, 14 itself. Whenever we go for, don't go for the new versions. The reason being they will be, trial basis. They call it like, I'm not getting the word actually. Whenever they're trailing period, right? They create a option. They'll keep it available here. Unless someone go and actually test it, we will not see any problem. We that kind of say there is a wording actually. Even apps also, when you have in Play Store, something what they used to call it as. I'm not getting the word. So a version is created newly, yet to be tested. They will be make it available, but it's not going to full-fledged work. They themselves not aware of fully about that version. Kind of. That's why always we prefer to go with 15 version in the real time, and 14 is why I'm suggesting is it is working correctly for the free trial. That's why. So okay, while choosing, maybe you can choose these options. Ashok, who has asked, right? So these things can be seen from this. When I click on this cluster, so you can choose a standard DS4 or DS3. Anything is fine, and 14.1 is always preferred. Nothing else. You don't need to choose anything else. If you choose 14.1, it is working actually. The same. That's the reason I gave it in this also. Why it is not being shown to you? When I have created for Ashok, it is being shown. Ashok is also using free trial only. Let me. I don't know why. Okay, you see this?
I also not seeing it.
Uh-huh. See,
I
this
think
is
for
free
me,
trial only. I created for Ashok, and for him it has shown. This screenshot is taken from Ashok's only, not me. Okay,
for
it's
me
not
it
an
is
issue.
showing.
Okay, it's not okay. Okay, it
Maybe
is not an issue. It is you are going with this option also. Anything is fine. All we need to do is we need to create a cluster, make it active, and practice on workspace. So all those details we'll be discussing in the for your kind information, in real time, postal cluster is not allowed to create. Only we always go with create compute only. This one will be accessible to you. Most of the case it will be restricted in the real time also. We don't be creating this. No need to worry about this. So this one, but it will have multiple options: job purpose and all purpose, and a single mode, multiple mode. All those things will be discussed. Don't worry. So what are the cluster you created, and how many notebooks it has showing, right? Suppose this cluster I created, how many notebooks it has been attached to in real time, right? This particular cluster will be associated to multiple people actually, multiple notebooks, multiple teams, multiple people. All will be using the same cluster also sometimes. So always you need to focus on here. How many notebooks has been attached to this particular cluster? So all are running parallelly. Obviously, the performance will be degraded, right? You should be careful about it. These things will be discussed in upcoming classes. So for today, so what I'm going
sir,
to focus is
sorry,
any doubts?
sorry. I think I mean, I just recall that. So when I was creating that data breaks, so we chose
Mm-hmm.
I think standard one, and you might be
Mm-hmm.
have chosen the premium one. That's might be the difference. That's why we are not seeing the option, and you are seeing the option. I mean,
Yeah,
we
premium is always a suggested one for you, at least for practicing. Standard, if you choose, the problem where it comes is most of the options will be disabled. So that is one of the option. Always go with the premium version only, sir.
yeah, I mean that might be the reason. That's why we are not seeing that additional personal compute option.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah,
That's why I
true.
was
Yeah.
saying.
Yes, even some of the options like catalog, Unity catalog, and SQL, and many options. You will not be able to run some of the libraries also. We are writing some Python programming, right? If you are using standard version, it will not allow
Mhm.
you to write some of the libraries also while writing some programming. It is always to go with premium. But the problem what we are going to face is when you are with premium, the billing will be high, so that's where you
Mhm.
need to escape from that. So please make sure you are not going to you lose your credit points choosing the premium version. Okay.
So,
Okay. What I will do is we can go with a new thing. So or else the links. So you can create a connection with SQL also. You may try. What I'm saying is this is PySpark. This is PySpark based connection. I mean, connection is fine. What I'm saying is reading a table. I will tell you that you can take it as a some assignment. You can try for it. Let me go through creating my storage. Okay, one storage is already created. I think this is for Databricks.
Venkat, in real time, when we, so I think there will be a separate team to do all this, right? Like creating clusters,
Definitely.
creating.
Yes, 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 yes. In real time, you are not allowed to create all these things. It will be even it's a project is newly being started. You'll not be able to create all of this. Since it is your own, version of Azure, you are allowed to do all these things. There is separate team called as platform team or
Mhm.
some uh, DevOps team, or Databricks admin, or Azure administrator. Any kind of team designation can be different, but those people will take care of creating all these things, get it ready for us. So even as you see the connection things, right? I
Mhm.
told you there are three ways of creating the connections: access keys
Right.
and SAS tokens, and the third one is SSO. People will only use SSO in real time. That is one-time setup. You'll not be creating one, as and when you want. Even you will not have the privilege to go and create all of them. It will be created by platform team or whatever, whoever I told the names, right? They will be creating it for you. You're not allowed to do. So this
So,
connection, for our
mhm.
case, it is getting expired after the session, right? So that is how this access keys will work actually. After a new session, it will expire, and when you delete the storage account, it will expire. Code is compromised, it will expire. This code, the storage account code. But what I'm saying is, in real time, it will be storage accounts connections. These are called as mount points actually, mounting points, mounting. So these mounting points will be created and keep it available for us.
So in real time, like we all save in the same container, or like it will be on different container because access
Multiple
keys
containers
are.
will be there. Multiple
But
containers. See, yeah.
mhm. Yeah, but the access key will be same across all.
No, access key, it's a worst case people are using actually. We are compromising on the security. We are keeping important security here. This is not
Mhm.
going to work at all. See, I don't want to go to that level. See, as and when we started notebook, I don't want to go to service principal level. If I go to that level, okay, this is a very clumsy and then it is not going in a expected
Okay.
manner. You will feel that kind of thing. That is why I'm not going to service principal. It will take more time and more complexity than setting up this. So that's why I'm telling you to create, access key based connection. It's very simpler in a straight manner.
Okay.
There are a lot of
Uh,
options with service people. Yeah.
if you go with the service principal, we need to copy the this one key value in the place of access key, right?
See, actually, we are going to keep these credentials in one, Azure Key Vault. Key Vault is another option from Azure itself. Somewhere here, you are going to purchase another storage. Another service, Key Vault. So what it does is you are going to keep your credentials. So those credentials will be, there will be key will be generated for based on this. Using this key, we are going to keep. It's like a wallet. It's a purse. Okay, we are going to keep our credential information. When the tenant ID will be copied into this, using tenant ID, we are going to access the storage accounts. Security will be maintained, not exposed to one single notebook. Just like this, publicly we are not going to maintain. You're clear, right? So, and we are going to restrict the people how they are going to use this. All the people cannot go and replace the key here. Got it?
Got it, Venkat.
More security, yeah. So we will see that in detail. I had, where is that? Storage account. This one, go to. So whenever you create storage account, right, you need to soft enable them. You are doing them, right? Okay. I think one time activity you need to do for that. Hope you are doing that. I mean, real time, you don't need to focus on this much, but it is better to focus, right? Rather than, facing problems there, then understanding more is more important, right? Do you understand? So copy this and I'm going to paste it here. What is
Can you
this?
please show once again that soft enabling option?
Sure. Haven't you done?
Yeah, I think I missed that this time.
Okay, data management, you go here, go to your container, inside your storage account, storage account, go to your storage account, and then the left hand side tab, data protection and recovery. So these delete option, unless you uncheck them, you'll not be able to use in the, at least in the premium tier. Okay, so copying this, and it is not properly copying, so that's why I'm going to keep it in a notepad. As a data engineer, you don't need required to create a setup all these things, but definitely if you ask me in the interview whether they ask or not, yes, they will ask you how do you create set up mount points using service principal. What are the different ways of creating the connection? It is mandatory question. They knows it. We do it or not on regular basis, they know that that is not our business. But even then, just to test your high level IQ, where you are standing in the Azure, and then what level of work you are doing. You are doing support or development, just to validate in that standpoint, right? They always does to ask this question. Clear? Okay, my connection is set up. One more thing is, when the session is already created, what we do is, how, if it is service principal, we don't need to do worry much about it. What we do is, first step we delete. What I will do is, I want to read a file from the storage account. In that case, I'll type like this, the format, whichever the file I want to pick up, right? I'm just going to put it in CSV. Okay, then load, and I'll mention the path. So I'm just going to ignore the first step. Just I will read the file, whatever I would like to connect to, and get the data. That's it. Okay. So It is in real time. It's very easy. So how we do is we call it like mount slash mount, and we something like prod. So what is this? This is how they will keep all these credentials through service principal. They will create a single word that alias name they give. This is the naming they give, maybe for production. So every time what we do is this will hold the credentials of storage account and the permission details, and then container which you are trying to access will be maintained here. Now simply you're going to maintain the container name, training container, and then slash, and the folder, what are the folder you are going to use. Simple, it will be simple actually. So one advantage here is using service principal and SAS tokens, right? The connection will be retained across your session, across your workspace. Clear? I'm just reading this. Just for formatting, I'm copying it, but every time we need, whenever you're doing this, right? This will be, this is your temporary name, what you are giving, and header to, if you are having headers for your file, yes, we are going to do that. And abfss, always this command has to be pasted, and this is nothing but your container name. I haven't created my container. I'm gonna create it now. I'll go to containers. I'll go to a name. So I'll put training AD. So I'm going to upload a file. So once you are familiar with this connection, right, you can start working on the SQL part. See, I wanted to tell you one thing. Suppose this file, every day what I'm going to do is, going forward, whenever I have created some commands like this, end of the day, what I do is I will create a export I do, and put it into a .dbc file. .dbc file. What do I mean by .dbc file is, if you create like this, these commands will be created in a notebook. This notebook itself will create it like a dbc file. It will be downloaded into downloaded folder, and that I'm going to send you on daily basis. So what is the purpose of it, right? You are going to, this is how it look like. Okay, this AD class, right, 7.dbc file. What is the purpose of this is, you take that notebook for solutions I'm saying. So you go to your file, you create a new notebook, you go to your file, click on import, and choose the file where it is available, that dbc file, and import that notebook. You will see that notebook here. Okay, these comments, whatever I practice in the real-time class, will be available to you as well. You can be able to focus on it. Did I get you? So this is not a best practice, but in real time, you'll be having multiple workspaces, multiple environments, right? If you wanted to shift your code to one place, other code, I recommend to go with GitHub. Create a branch, cut your main, from your main branch, cut your own branch, include your new notebooks or changes what you are doing on top of the existing notebooks, and commit your code, push the code, create the pull request, and get it merged with the existing GitHub repository. But if you wanted to skip up because you wanted to create copy the notebooks across workspaces, I'm saying by using dbc you can be able to do it, but that is unofficial. It is completely to you. Best practice, recommended things are not to go with dbc files, export import. You always have to go through practices of GitHub. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think this is the one this is the where I created. No, right? Yeah, this is here. I didn't create any container. Last time I created somewhere else. I went and created there. Training 321 4 5 6. So I'm going to create. I uploaded wrong file. I mean wrong place. I chosen wrong storage account altogether. So this is the initial phase. We had taken a single file to practice SQL. Going forward, we wanted to explore joins and all everything, right? We need to have multiple files. I'm going to give you the more different sort of files to how we can make the joins and all. So we'll see in the next classes. Okay. So for now, I'm going to call my container training. This is a container name. So I'll keep it here. This form, this path, right, this remains same wherever you go. Even mount points created also, as I told, slash mnt slash prod, right? So we are not going to use it. This is the best way of creating the connection. So always container abfss colon and the container name and storage account name you can always keep. So container name, yes. Invalid configuration storage account. What happened? Okay,
Oh,
you
you
have
have given
created.
the business
Yeah, yeah,
storage
yeah.
account.
Correct, correct. I understand. I have created it with respect to other account, right? Not to this, not to latest container. Data protection.
Not the access key, Venkat. It was the storage account name. You was given different one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fine. Even this also I need to change it. I created a new storage account, right? This one I need to enable first. So I'll make sure, I mean, next class onwards, I'll keep it ready for you, and I will not take time for this. This is, initial classes what we are undergoing. That's why I have waited for it to create. So let me run this. Okay, so it's good now, and
Right,
I'll,
Venkat. I think you need to change the storage account name
correct, correct,
also.
correct.
I think.
I do, yeah, I do get it. Yes, yes, I'm going there only. Next step, container storage account name. Okay, to be changed, isn't it? You're saying. I think random storage account and training 321 324. This is the one, right? I think it's in
No,
sync.
not here. In the first block itself, you haven't changed the storage account name.
Oh, we are connecting to old storage itself. Yeah, true. Thank you. So I go and change it. Spaces, no spaces, and okay, it's working. Um, Endpoint blob storage. So delete.
We
Please
need to
delete.
specify the inside the container, the location. We need to specify the file which is referring to.
No,
Before
it's
this,
correct only. No, I don't have any folder. It is
okay.
this is correct only. What it says is, please disable these account features if you would like to this. I think yeah, soft delete to be enabled for this. This is what I told, right, Suraj?
Yeah. I also had some errors before that, but now it's resolved.
Mhm. So whenever I
My
had any issues, right, I always diagnose. Someone also was trying actually. The error indicates that the storage account features soft delete are not supported by this endpoint. To resolve this, you need to use. No, no. I want to use AB. See, if you are using ABFSS, it will work. Soft delete I enabled. That's what it says. You need to not supported by this endpoint. To resolve this, you need to use the WSS protocol instead of ABFSS. What it says is use WFSS, but this is a protocol we use ABFSS always. I changed it. Even I changed also. No, it's got changed. I copy this. It is correct only. Yeah. Now you got a point, right? What it says is when you are using, always we use ABFSS as a protocol. If you want to, you don't want to do this soft enable points, right? Databricks is allowing you to do that with the help of WABS. I never use this. I mean, people won't use it. It's the best protocol to use ABFSS. Okay. Without doing those changes, you can be able to work. So now the next job is to create the temporary table. I'm going to create under another, df underscore test. I'll keep it. I'm going to create temporary view. Create or replace. I'm trying to see the syntax. Create or replace. Okay, I have not given this thing capital or actually this is a case sensitive language. You always see first letter is small c and R should be in a capital. So this is a restriction actually. Why we are creating this temporary we always is um, uh, we read this data, we are reading this data to display that data here. We are keeping it in a data frame. Data frame is nothing but a temporary table. So, but you wanted to store this data in this session temporarily. We need to create a temporary view. There are different types of views actually. Uh, global view. Global view can be accessed across multiple notebooks for this workspace. This temporary view, what I'm creating, right? This is applicable to only this notebook. As long as the session is active, this temporary view will work actually. So the scope of this temporary view is this notebook only and this session only. So just to keep the data, I'm keeping it. So I'm going to call it like ABE test. So name what I gave is ADE here from this. Okay, this is a name, new name I'm trying to give. I'll keep it. And I'm going to keep this. So what it says is not defined. Oh, Python only. What I chosen D underscore ADE test. The code assumes the ADE is data frame is already created. Replace temporary view. No, we are creating a view. I'm storing under ADE. What is the name I gave above?
No, Venkat, I think you haven't given equal to. It was dot which you given after the ADA.
No, you don't need to. Okay, you can create it. df_ade you can create.
Yeah, because we are creating out of that df
Correct,
underscore
on top
ad.
of, yeah. So now we can practice on top of select. So now the view name what I have given is df. So you can choose the SQL option always. By Spark SQL, it's up to your choice. The difference between Spark SQL and normal SQL is we are going to write all the commands inside spark.sql, nothing else. So since you kept all the data inside the session with this view, right? So it is going to work, and then you can write all your SQL queries like where class and like something, whatever. So I would suggest to, so there is no specific standards. What are the things I follow? But I follow the basic things from either W3 Schools or tutorialpoints.com. You can go to extension level also. It's all about you. So we'll see one by one. So this is where I'm going to keep, just you can make a filter, select star from. So I will pick up Australia country. So the name what I given is ADE test, df underscore ADE test, where country. So always you need to mention the the table name so that it will easily identify. ADE underscore test dot country name, country equal to the country name. Yeah, column name is correct. Yeah, it is filtered for only Australia now. So that is what where class. So as I told, if you want to keep everything in Spark SQL, spark.sql you are going to keep. You have to keep it in a data frame, something like this, spark.sql. See why I go for Spark is, this is normal SQL. I'm running it in SQL mode. The performance will be not great. It will not utilize the Spark engine properly. All the cores what is being assigned. So multiple, no, distributed environment it will not work. I mean parallel processing will not happen. So if you want to make this to work in Spark, you always have to write like this. You can keep anything like a single quotation or double quotation like this. So what you are telling is, you are telling the system that you are running Spark code, nothing else. So you should remove this SQL option, put it like Python. The default language is Python, not outside this, inside this only you need to keep. So single quotation, double quotation, inside the double quotation. So how many other big lines you have? I mean, 100 lines also you can be able to keep it here. No worries. So if you ask me, are we going to use SQL in real time? Yes, never. We are not going to use at all. So instead, what we use is Spark SQL. Okay. So for practicing, we do only SQLs for now. Better readability. Just only matter is spark.sql. We are going to keep it in a data frame, nothing else. Where class whatever query we are writing, right? We are going to keep it. So you can try from Spark SQL only every time. It will be faster. We are writing a simple query set. The circuit file is very small in size. It is going to work in real time with basic SQL, but in real time it is not going to work like that. And order by, what it order by does is it will, as you know, few of you are having an idea about this small statements. So what I do is order by. Order by will, whenever based on a column, it is going to do it in ascending or descending. So suppose I wanted to keep in, I will remove this where class. So I wanted to see it in DESC. I'm going to keep it. So this is how it works. So if you want to keep multiple columns, comma you can keep. So other column country you want to keep ascending order. other column like state is there. On the country column, descending, and state column ascending, it's supposed to happen, right? That is what your requirement. You can keep comma will work for multiple column based sorting. So sorting can be done through this. And and conditions, these are all again, when you are having multiple columns, you want to make filtering, we can go for and operator. These are called and operators, right? So I'll type so country. So always keep it like data frames for better readability and fastness also. Although SQL is allowing without writing, right? You always try to keep in because PySpark and all, it will always ask you to put it table name dot column name. That's the reason I'm saying. So USA I'll take because it has multiple values. Country equal to, one difference between PySpark and SQL is whenever you're checking this, right, you have one equal to condition. In PySpark you will be having double equal to condition for initializer validation purpose. Okay, so double equal to for PySpark, single equal to for SQL. And I'm going to keep under USA and location also I'm going to keep location as Phoenix. So it will try to process both the criterias. Country should be USA and Phoenix. If your Phoenix record is not there, it is going to show nulls, actually blank. No data will be popped up. If it has multiple records for this criteria, it will show all. So these are all basics, but even then I would like to show you basic things. So interest here is you can take up tomorrow. I mean, as many as you have some problems, you can practice. If you have any issues, please let me know also before the class or after the class, within the class, anything we will try to resolve. Okay, R is same, but this or this. So it will check this condition. If it process, suppose it has 10 records within the circuits table, all the 10 records it will show. If it is this has some another 10 records, 10 plus 10 it will show. Only this criteria is having 10 records. This criteria is not having any records, right? Only it will show 10 records by the time. Either the way. So R means only one condition or both the conditions together, all the records will be shown accordingly. So not is basically when you are trying to do not, right, it is depends on database to database. Some database it will support like this, right? Not equal to Phoenix. What you are doing is not equal to Phoenix. So not equal to, if you do like this, not equal to. Okay, so some cases, some databases, suppose you are working on Oracle, it may work like this, not equal to operator. Some databases it will be like this. It depends actually the which database you are working on, right? Oracle, SQL Server, Teradata, depends on the Databricks. The SQL will remain same across the databases, whatever it is, but few places it is going to work. So this is Databricks SQL. What we are doing is Databricks SQL. Some cases it will work not equal to this symbol. Some cases it will work like this symbol, not equal to. Some cases, see, Databricks has in own syntax of SQL. It is Databricks SQL actually, not Oracle SQL or SQL Server SQL. So every time you'll be facing up all these issues, like small issues. What we need to do is we rely on Google itself. If you want the exact syntax of Databricks, right, you can Google it like this, and it will Databricks itself maintaining the commands over there. You can go through them. I will give you the link after the class. I will explore and get you. See, this is the thing actually. I need to put Azure. Better to put it Azure. Okay. See here, not equal to. This is Databricks website itself, because they are suggesting some of the practice from their side. Not equality can be written in two ways, but what they're following is this one. Sometimes I will also get confused. What I do is I Google it, go to the website, I'll get it done. You're clear, right? What I'm saying. So whenever you're having some syntax issues, I mean, syntax issues will be, we don't remember because we have to remember PySpark commands, SQL commands, some other database as your source. There also you need to remember. It is not so easy for you. As much as possible, you try to remember. If not, you Google it. The only main problem where you are going to face is whoever from this session is targeting for interview have to remember all these commands by your own for sure. Remembering commands. Definitely, what they use is nowadays what is happening is everybody is learning Azure. They're coming for interview, but the difference where we are seeing is remembering the commands. The more you remember the commands, they're giving more priority for you. I mean, I'm bad in that area. Most of the cases, I follow Google and then I'll get it done. But some of the cases like window functions, running count, running total, row number. So the Windows functions, they are call it as analytical functions. They should be remembered everywhere when you go for interview, right? They will lead lag, dense rank, all those syntaxes, right? They're definitely asking. These not equal to and all, they will not ask. In that area, they will ask you to write a program by screen sharing itself. So it is always diplomatic when you are writing programming in front of interviewer. You understand, right? What I'm saying. So better to remember them. Although real time it is not going to be difficult to work, but it is better to remember as much as possible. Clear? Clear?
Yes,
Clear, right?
yes.
Yeah. So next thing what we see is insert into this. Insert into, you keep it aside. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow we are going to create manage tables. So how we can create a table, that we will discuss. Okay, we need to create a table and insert data into that. So far what we are doing is we are reading the circuit file, trying to do DML operations, where class, not equal to, all those things we are trying. But actually speaking, we need to create a table, update the table, insert the table. That is also required, right? That I'm going to show you. Okay, next classes. So delete and all, you keep it aside. Top is nothing but, see, some cases it will be top 3 star, top 10 star, top 100 star. Some Databricks SQL will always use limit actually. So when I wanted to get, see, out of this, I want to get limit or top, I don't know. I think limit only it works. So limit 10. Yeah, limit it is going to work. So if you type here top 10 star from, I don't think it will work. Limit only I use in the, in our case also. See, it is not about directness. So you might be thinking, you don't get confused. Here top 3 is mentioned here. This is for SQL server, you see, right? Top 3 for SQL server. MySQL syntax will be maybe different, limit actually. So MySQL syntax for SQL, it is matching with Databricks. Actually, it is Databricks is not following MySQL or SQL server. It is following Databricks SQL itself. So for that, you need to Google it here. I mean, you need to get all your SQL here itself. I will give you the exact link where you can go and get it. Yeah, see, functions. So some of the functions you will be able to get it, and window functions, they are much important than anything else while going for interview, right? Always you need to remember all these things. Exact syntax will be asked to write over there. I will tell you these as well. I'm going to focus more on this only. Okay. So this area, these are aggregate functions, min, max. So do you require me to go through all these things? What is your comfort level? I mean, depends on the people. I always focus actually. What is your comfort level? Will you be able to, practice and come back to me, or how is it? What is your plan? See, if you want me to go through each and every, I'll do it, but it will be boring for few people. Few people will be, why we are spending time over this. You'll be thinking actually, what's your idea? I mean, I
Yeah,
could see
but
all are working
from
professionals
my
here.
side,
Yeah,
Venkat, actually, I'm very new to this one when compared to the technology what I'm doing. So it will be better if we go step by step.
okay then. Yeah.
Sorry, it's my opinion. Yeah, it's maybe
No,
differ
no.
from
It is
other.
not about opinion. We'll go through it. Even you are also one of the person, right? Liable to ask. Yeah, I will go through it one by one. It's not about others' opinion. We'll try to see as much as possible. Okay, then we'll be focusing on these commands itself for tomorrow's session as well, like some average in detail we will see. Ashok, I would request you to practice it as well from your end as well. Okay, just
Hmm.
self-driven. If you follow this website and try to see start from here, where you can do, we have bunch of data in the circuit file. You want to get only specific data from a column or multiple columns with the help of AND operator. See, country and state, both the filters you want to
Yeah.
enable, and to try to do with R class the same. This is for sorting out. What it will do is it will sort out the data based on ascending order or descending order. If you don't specify ascending only, it takes as default. So not the operator. It's like a, see, out of this table, this circuit file, it has a lot of data, but I wanted to do uh, avoid only USA data. Anything else data I wanted to get it. In that case, I go for not operator. Let us do select star from df dot, sorry. So it's a case sensitive language. Always keep it in capital letters whatever you created. Okay, uppercase or lowercase, whatever the naming you given above, right? The same name has to be followed here. That's what I'm trying to say. So order by, so I would suppose to show not operator, right? Where, see, I want to see all the data except Australia. That is my requirement. What I do is country, country, and then I go for not equal to operator like this. So function parameter, did you mean? Oh, single quotation. See, always when you are trying to filter text data, you should keep single quotations. For if it is a country ID, 1, 2, 3, 4, I mean, integer numbers are being showed in the column, you don't need to keep the single quotations. You got it right? So for any text kind of data you are trying to filter, you need to keep it in, string data should be kept in single quotations. But if it is country ID, suppose circuit ID, I'm going to keep in circuit ID. So I'm going to keep circuit ID, circuit ID. Yeah. See this, I'm I'm trying to avoid two alone. So I don't need to say, tell it in single quotations. I'll straight away keep like this. Except two, all will be shown. What is the other mistake now?
Circuit spelling, I think CIT it
Oh,
is.
okay. Yeah. So its best part in Databricks is it always shows your mistakes immediately. It will correct actually. See, except two, all other data being shown. That is what not equal to operator. So if you, I mean, other databases like SQL Server, if you are working right, it will work like this, not equal to like this. It may work, it may not work. Depends, right? So this operator is also working. So depends on the operator context, what you are working, right? Some will support, some will not support. Always follow the database workspace. I mean, database page itself. Okay, you clear, right? So now I go for null values. Null is very important. Is null. So you have a table circuit. One of the, I mean, column has nulls actually. I'm not sure whether some nulls are kept over there or not. If you want nulls, you open your CSV file and keep some nulls here. What do you mean by nulls is, suppose Vietnam, this is a country column, right? For this country column, I'm going to leave it as blank actually. I'm not going to keep anything. Imagine you have some data, this record, Spain is not there. It is a null actually. Null means nothing, no space also. So to handle that kind of data, what you need to do is null. You want to get only for the country column, null records only you want to get it. In that case, you will keep null, is null. Is not null means, so the column, the data in the circuit file, right? Whatever don't have not nulls, only data is present. Those data only it will fetch actually. So is null, is not null. That's the difference. Is null means Whoever don't have value for that column, it will fetch. Is not null means it will fetch only not null data. All the values column, suppose you put here country, for the country column, whoever don't have nulls, right, that records only it will filter. Clear, right? So if you want to get more knowledge, see, if you don't have patience, you can practice here itself. You can practice here itself. First it is showing is null. So we will see address column, it is trying to fetch is null. You can search, I mean, you can practice here itself. So for us, circuit file does not have null values, it's not going to show. So here also nothing is there actually. So you can go to your, in that case, right, you go to your storage account, container, you take out your file, you can take out your file, their CSV file, and insert a new record, upload it, or you can edit here itself. Okay, here itself you can be able to edit. Sometimes it will not allow you to save. It's very difficult to write here. Okay, so why we are only handling with CSV? Why can't we do with the Excel file? We can do it actually. So what is the difference? How you need to handle is, suppose this CSV file I'm not going to save. So what you need to do is, while reading this file, only difference is Excel you are going to keep. Excel. Okay. So if you are handling some Parquet file, I'm going to keep Parquet file. Come up with other file extension also. I mean, anyways, going forward, we are going to see Parquet file as well. I do have in sample files downloaded from Google itself. I'm running shows through that. I'm going to demonstrate, but better you explore it, get another file. Yesterday Ashok has asked me, right? Ashok, not Ashoka, I think Yogesh has called me out how he is going to explore. Ashok, I think so. So when you want to explore more and more things, right, other than what is being discussed here, come up with your own ideas as well. See, I'm running through only CSV file. Take as Excel file, explore it, come up with issues, and if you ask me in the next day's class, if I'm not able to tell you, I mean, I will take it offline also, but I will tell you the answer for every question what you ask, for sure. So I will, sometimes I will not be able to upfront, I will not be able to answer your question. I will see that issue within my environment. I'll get back to your answer next day class. Okay, something like that. Okay, try to explore with Excel file as well. Try to see as many comments that is possible to you. For now, we have discussed till here. Rest of the comments also we'll see, upcoming class. Clear? Clear, all of you?
Yeah.
Suraj,
Yes.
Ayappa.
Yeah, yes, Venkat.
So reading. Now assignment is, one assignment I want to give you. Right, tomorrow's class I'm going to tell you. See, I'm reading in Python. That means this is a Spark command. You see, right? The Spark session has been enabled here. Can't we read through SQL itself? We can read. We can read, but performance is a consideration will come in picture. Remember that, okay? So always we can read through SQL also, but it is not preferred in the real time also. That's why I'm not suggesting. But you to explore, right? Just try to get the command for select. I mean, just a SQL. How do you read the file from storage account using SQL itself? Try to explore, okay? Okay. So on all these commands, I'm going to send you this, both these pages for you. You can, Ashok, you can refer this, okay? If sometimes, right, if taking much time for the basic things also, if you are feeling, the basic things I'm asking, taking time, don't feel that. You can always make a call to me on my, WhatsApp. I will be able to take your basic doubts also in other, separately. Don't mind. I don't mind.